Today we concern ourselves with economic activity and social justice. Article 2426 says economic life is meant or ordered first of all for the service of persons, the whole man, and of the entire human community. Economic activity conducted according to its own proper methods is to be exercised within the limits of the moral order, in keeping with social justice, so as to correspond to God's plan for man. Article 2427 goes on to say, subduing the earth for one another. Hence, work is a duty. If anyone will not work, let him not eat. Work honors the Creator's gifts and talents received from him. It can also be redemptive. By enduring the hardship of work in union with Jesus, the carpenter of Nazareth and the one crucified on Calvary, man collaborates in a certain fashion with the Son of God in his redemptive work. He shows himself to be a disciple of Christ by carrying the cross daily in the work he is called to accomplish. And so many of us are in jobs that we do not enjoy, but we ask you to do that job with joyfulness. Work can be a means of sanctification and a way of animating earthly realities with the Spirit of Christ. So many of the saints did very mundane and menial tasks. Article 2428. In work, the person exercises and fulfills in part the potential inscribed in his nature given to him by God. The primordial value of labor stems from man himself, its author, God, and its beneficiary, man. Work is for man, not man for work. Everyone should be able to draw from work the means of providing for his life and that of his family. Employers, lawmakers, everyone should be able to draw from work the means of providing for his life and that of his family, and of serving the human community. Everyone has the right of economic initiative. Everyone has the right of economic initiative. Everyone should make legitimate use of his talents to contribute to the abundance that will benefit all and to harvest the just fruits of his labor. He should seek to observe regulations issued by legitimate authority for the sake of the common good. I'm going to read that paragraph again. Everyone has the right of economic initiative. Everyone should make legitimate use of his talents to contribute to the abundance that will benefit all and to harvest the just fruits of his labor. He should seek to observe regulations issued by legitimate authority for the sake of the common good. So it's not okay to break the law. It is not okay to usurp the law. Economic life. Effort should be made to reduce those conflicts by negotiation that respect the rights and duties of each social partner. What is the responsibility of the state? Article 2431 says the responsibility of the state is as follows. Economic activity, especially the activity of a market economy, cannot be conducted in an institutional, judicial, or political vacuum. On the contrary, it presupposes sure guarantees of individual freedom and private property, as well as a stable currency and efficient public services. Hence, the principal task of the state is to guarantee the security so that those who work and produce can enjoy the fruits of their labors and thus feel encouraged to work efficiently and honestly. Another task of the state is that of overseeing and directing the exercise of human rights in the economic sector. However, primary responsibility in this area belongs not to the state, but to individuals and to the various groups and associations which make up society. Article 2432, those responsible for business enterprises are responsible to society for the economic and ecological effects of their operations. They have an obligation to consider the good of persons and not only the increase of profits. Profits are necessary, however. They make possible the investments that ensure the future of a business, and they guarantee employment, and much more than that, those businesses that tithe 10% of their net profit before tax also benefit welfare and public benefit organizations to the good of all of mankind and society. Reminder that it is also proper and morally incumbent on you to also pay your taxes. Access to employment in Article 2433 says, and to professions must be open to all without unjust discrimination. I say this again for all my fellow South Africans. Access to employment and to professions must be open to all without unjust discrimination. No tribalism, no racism. Men and women, healthy and disabled, natives and immigrants. For its part, it should, according to circumstances, help citizens find work and employment. For its part, society should, according to circumstances, help citizens find work and employment. Yeah? On a personal note, I'm not naysaying employment equity and addressing the inequalities of the past. I'm just saying do so in a fair way and not for eternity. Article 2434 goes on to say, a just wage is the legitimate fruit of work. To refuse or withhold it can be a grave injustice. So that is a just wage. In determining fair pay, both the needs and contributions of each person must be taken into account. Remuneration for work should guarantee man the opportunity to provide a dignified livelihood for himself and his family on the material, social, cultural and spiritual level, taking into account the role and productivity of each, the state of the business and the common good. Agreement between the parties is not sufficient to justify morally the amount to be received in wages. Oh well, we negotiated that. It does not work like that. Recourse to a strike is morally legitimate when it cannot be avoided, or at least when it is necessary to obtain a proportionate benefit. It becomes morally unacceptable when accompanied by violence, or when our objectives are included that are not directly linked to working conditions or are contrary to the common good. Finally, Article 2436. It is unjust not to pay the social security contributions required by legitimate authority. Unemployment almost always wounds its victim's dignity and threatens the equilibrium of his life. Besides the harm done to him personally, it entails many risks for his family. Thank you for your time and God bless. Next we will be doing justice and solidarity among nations. Justice and solidarity among nations.